And so now you have this beautiful, coalition of 3 to 4 organizations that are supporting the same uh, community, the same individual, but now it's end to end instead of one piece of it. So I just think
Yeah.
it's beautiful work, and I'm excited to to be a part of it.
That's wonderful. So you mentioned unlock futures. And so, America has 5%, of the world's population and over 20% of the world's prison population, right? And it's disproportionately black and brown in terms of who is living, who are living behind bars. And we know, and there's, heartbreaking research and, saddening stories around the impact, not just the numbers and the data, but people whose lives are forever changed, including those who are incarcerated and those who love them and who they love. So, Bank of America was a founding partner with New Profit and John Legend's Free America campaign to create something called Unlocked Futures, which you just mentioned. And Unlocked Futures, it's about, we have our current cohort is active and running. So this is a current dynamic endeavor that Bank of America really, helped to launch. And so, it's really for social impact leaders who have been justice impacted, who have been incarcerated, who have that lived experience, that proximity, and frankly, that expertise on what kind of solutions could change the game and make the biggest difference. And so, we started working with Bank of America on Unlock Futures back in 2017. And it was at a time where that was not in the sort of mainstream philanthropic narrative, right? That community, those needs, the idea that you would give unrestricted money to people who have been incarcerated to build their organizations and implement their ideas, it was still very much counterculture. What led Bank of America to invest in Unlocked Futures when it was still just an idea?
I think it's two pieces of that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's certainly the idea, but it's also the leadership. And I think we invest deeply in vision
Mm.
and that of you and others who, can bring this work to life and not only um, make it come alive for people, but really do it in a way that's sustainable, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
again, you're talking about another cohort. So this hasn't been, we started this many years ago. We've not seen it through, but we're continuing to do this work. I mean, we
Mm-hmm.
even continue to, you know, work directly with many of our first cohort,
Yep.
individuals who are doing amazing work. So
Yeah.
again, that goes back to our why. I mean, the why is really around economic impact and economic inclusion at its
Yes.
core. And, these individuals who have served their time should be able to come back as productive citizens and contribute and feel as though they can create a life for themselves and their families. And again, that goes back to the communities in which we have supported and we invest deeply in. You use the word proximity. I use that word a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and the way that I use it isn't my word. I use it in the way that Brian Stevenson uses proximity. But I think the uniqueness of our strategy is we are proximate to communities. So, yes, I sit at the helm of the foundation, but there are 95 other individuals across our markets who invest and understand the uniqueness of their community.
Mm-hmm.
And so what Trina can do in Memphis is very different of what Keith can do in Charlotte. And although there's a strategy there,
Yes.
they are proximate to the community, and so
Mm-hmm.
they can provide what's necessary to the community. So an individual, say in California, who's one of um, our members that we still support, focuses on uh, individuals incarcerated or been incarcerated in the forestry system,
Yes.
in recruiting them, for wildlife and wildfires
Yeah.
in a community that needs that.
That's right.
And so that's where that proximity comes to bear, and that we can make decisions about what's needed in the community and how do we reintroduce those individuals? How do we support those individuals who have been or are informally incarcerated back into a community and are contributing to a gap in the community? Like, that is really powerful, is that it's almost like you've extracted them out of the community for a period of time, and then they come back
Yeah.
filling the gap in which no one filled in the time in which they're away. I mean, how powerful of a story is that? That
Yes.
really is that is the tagline for Unlocked Futures, is filling the gap for those futures. And I just think that's just so beautiful for us to be a part of that work.